Again, talking about this transition only, parents also worry about academics, career, safety, whether the child will settle in. And I remember your dad was dropping you to the campus when you went from Mumbai to Boston. Looking back, do you think the parents worry too much, or is there something else that's going on there?
I think parents do worry too much. Boston as a city is quite safe. While I do appreciate my dad helping me with moving in because I don't think I would have done everything by myself. But I'm going to be honest, I rarely saw my dad when he was there because as a freshman, you get so many events that I ditched my dad several times just to go and attend those events. So I feel parents do worry. I get where they're coming from, but I feel they do worry too much. At the end of the day, you do have to trust your child, and your child would come to you if there is any issue that's happening. I feel like that's the relationship that you have to build with your child. And if your child is comfortable enough to come and tell you their problems, I think you don't have to worry about what's going on. It is scary when you're going to a new country, but again, US is so welcoming that you don't have to worry about such things.
Good advice. But talking about safety, compared to Bombay, where you grew
Mhm.
up, how safe do you perceive Boston to be? 8 on a scale of 10, where would you put Boston at?
Right? Or maybe even like a 9.7, because I think that city in generally is really safe, especially during the daytime. You can just like navigate. Especially staying in London, I've realized that Boston is actually really safe because I didn't realize that, oh, like I have to worry about my bag, I have to worry about my phone. Whereas in Boston, you just go wherever you want without having to worry like your wallet's going to get stolen or something like that. Compared to Mumbai, I would say yes, Boston is safer because even as a woman, you can walk around the city at night and nothing's happened to you. There are several times when I've come back home at maybe like 1 a.m. and nothing has happened to me. On campus itself, there were times when I was walking out the library at maybe 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning and I was totally fine. And even if you're like unsafe, your university should have this helpline. Like I know Boston has like this helpline where you feel unsafe, you can just reach out to them and they would send someone to walk with you home. But when I started interacting with people, I realized that everyone's views are quite similar to mine, as well as even navigating through life as an international student, because you need to learn how to do your taxes or figure out what to say, what not to say, because you are in a new country. And I feel like having that perspective from people from different cultures was like really helpful. And I feel Boston University has been such an amazing time of my life. And I'm so glad I chose that as my university. To be honest, I did not get any cultural shock when I was in the US because I feel like the lifestyle I've lived in Bombay is quite similar to what I've experienced in the US. And I will say, I feel people in Boston University are really friendly, as they would generally want to help you out with whatever you're going through. Like all my peers and classmates, no matter if they have a question or if I have a question, we'll help each other during study sessions or just maybe navigating your life as an international student in the US. So at Boston University, I feel like everyone is just really open and friendly. And I would say that I was initially really scared when going to the US because it's going to be like a new environment with so many people from different ethnicities and cultures that I feel like maybe my opinions would be like different from others. I feel like if you are confused on whether you want to send your child to the US or not, at least from my experience, you should send your child to the US, especially if you are able to, only because that country, it truly has shaped me to be a different person in life and truly changed my perspective in life and made me realize that I have to fight for me. I become more extroverted. I've become more disciplined. I know what I want to do in life. I know what I don't want to do in life. I feel like there's so many success stories, but failure is accepted over there compared to India, where you're made fun of. In the US, you're just like, oh, so what lessons have you learned? After having a conversation with my entrepreneurship professor, he was like, it's okay to fail because you learn from there and you're able to build on that idea, build on that failures. I feel like US is that stage, that platform where you're able to work on yourself, create new businesses, and even create these friendships that will last you for ages. Now I have friends from different countries. I have one in Singapore, one in South Korea, and whenever I go to those countries, I can just go and meet them. But I would say 100% you should send your child to the US.